The Scotland Bill, which will see more powers devolved to the Scottish Parliament, had its second reading in the House of Commons today. The bill is based on the Smith Commission, which recommends giving Edinburgh power over income tax bans, half of VAT revenue and control of the region's welfare policies. But nationalists say it doesn't go far enough. Well, joining me in the studio, the Scottish National Party MP for East Lothian, George Caravan. George, the government has promised further devolution, and that is exactly what we're seeing now, isn't it?
Evening, Bill. No, it isn't. What we were promised, go back 9 months, go back to the referendum, big panic, Clegg, Miliband, Cameron rush up to Scotland and they give what they call the vow. They say you can have home rule, you can have the next best thing to federalism, powers to run your own affairs, short of defence, foreign affairs. Have we got that? No. So there's a gap between what people were promised, and remember, people voted to stay in the Union if they got that. There's a gap between what we were promised and what's on the table today.
So what about
that's why we're complaining.
Didn't the Smith Commission sum it up quite adequately of what it...
No, it did not. And I mean, what has changed since the Smith Commission? Remember, the Smith Commission, which was the different parties sitting together trying to thrash out a lowest common denominator of what these new powers would consist of. Once it got to Westminster, it's been watered down. Then we've had a general election. This is the big thing. General election, the SNP wins all but 3 of the seats in Scotland. It wins a majority of the popular vote on a mandate to go beyond Smith. Politics has changed. People did not get what they were promised, so they want a proper accounting. They want full home rule.
There's one major thing we have been discussing today, and that is EU membership. Sure. Now, the Scottish Nationalists, of course, want to stay within the EU. So what about the momentum at the moment you're seeing over the EU membership and the debate there? Obviously, you're not debating that today in Parliament, but sure. What about the...
But of course, we have the EU bill. The SNP opposed the calling of the referendum, to the in-out referendum. We are Europeans. We don't. I mean, the danger is that some kind of right-wing lash-up takes the UK out of the European Union, leaving Scotland's businesses stranded. I mean, I represent a farming community. My farmers their business will be destroyed if we're taken out of the European market.
It's interesting. You're going very much against what you talked earlier about home rule. And then you're saying we're going to go against perhaps sure. What the country's going to be asked concerning the referendum with the EU. And when you hear the words home rule, well, that sounds like independence. In fact, though, the Scottish people didn't vote for that, did they? Well,
forgive me. We've had such a long debate in Scotland over many years. I mean, you trap on any door in Scotland, get on the bus, people talk about things like currency unions and technical stuff. Home rule basically means that we control, we stay within the UK, but we control all our local finances, we control everything except defence and foreign affairs. It's an old debate. You probably were too young to remember this.
Thank you very much.
1914, the Westminster Parliament actually passed a Scottish Home Rule Bill, giving Scotland more powers than we were debating today. What happened? World War I came along and it disappeared.
George, just quickly, you're going to go back because that debate comes on until 10 o'clock.
Yes.
What's this going to achieve, the second reading?
The second reading is just about the principle, and it will pass. People will say, well, yes, we're going to devolve substantial more powers. We'll then move on to the third reading, which is the detail, and we're going to ask for more powers.
George Caravan, thank you very much for joining us just from across the road there from the Houses of Parliament.
Always glad to be here.
Back for you to go
back
there now. Thank you very much.
Cheers.